Vanessa the Crafty Gemini. I post weekly how-to video tutorials right here on my YouTube channel, and in this video I want to tell you all about this little doll that my son and I made. So as most of you know, my kids are about 2.5 and 4.5 years old right now, and they are really getting into doing a lot of imaginative play and coming up with characters and all these crazy stories. And so I've been looking into wanting to make them some different doll characters that they can play with. And so I knew to go to Abby's designs because she designs the cutest softies and dolls and things. And when I looked up, I found one that's called, she has an ebook out called The Family of Dolls ebook. And so you get to do Liam the doll, a little girl doll, and then a little baby doll. And all the patterns are included in the ebook to create them. So I showed my son this one, Liam the doll, and he was super excited to start doing it. So if you don't follow me on my blog, you want to click open the description box below. I'll have a link there to the specific blog post where Abby guest posted on my blog. She's also running a discount right now for Crafty Gemini fans where you get 15% off $9 or more in her shop. She has a ton of different little dolls, softies, and fun little sewing projects that you can make for kids, even babies or older kids. She really does have a lot of different patterns for you to choose from. What I like about her designs is that they're not made to just make a cute little doll that's going to sit somewhere just to be looked at, right? These are made for the kids to play with them. They're completely machine washable and very sturdy. I know what went into making it and how my stitches are and everything, so I know this little guy is going to hold up for a long time. Now the fabrics that I use as recommended by Abby in her pattern are fleece. I like to get my fleece fabric from fabricdiva.com. She has a ridiculous variety of fleece fabrics, not just the solid colors. Okay, you can pick the different tones that you want for skin tone. I think the color I chose for this one was camel, but she also has a ton of prints. If you recall from some of my other tutorials for the fleece hats that I've made before in the past, I got my fabric from her as well. A lot of different prints, plaids. This is the one that I used for the little shirt on Liam, you can see. Okay, really cute. So I'll include a link in the description box below. You can head on over to fabricdiva.com and check out the crazy variety of fleece. So fleece fabric for the outside. For the inside, I just use polyester fiber fill, and that's kind of like the tricky part because I've made dolls in the past before. You kind of get tired of stuffing the doll and you think, oh, you know, it feels a little bit full, but you want to keep stuffing it until it's really nice and firm. You don't want to have any pockets because over time it's going to move around and get clumpy and stuff. You want to make sure you stuff them real tight so that it keeps its shape, okay? Now in Abby's pattern, she calls for the eyes of the doll to be made using these little safety eyes, and I didn't have those on hand. You can get them at any craft store, online, fabric shops and things like that, but I didn't have any and my son wanted buttons. Now keep in mind that we use buttons because my kids are a little bit older, but if you're going to make something like this for a younger child, like a baby or a toddler, then you want to be careful because obviously if you pull on this too hard, the eyes will come off and it could be a choking hazard, so keep that in mind. Another thing that you can use for the eyes as well are either pieces of fleece or even little circles of felt. That would be easy to do because you would hand stitch it into place and you wouldn't have the choking hazard of the buttons. Then the nose was done by hand, and I'd never done anything like this. It's really little. I'll scoot it up here so you can see. It's like a really small knob, and I had no idea how I was going to stitch that on by hand afterwards, but it was really super easy. In her ebook, or in the pattern for the doll, she includes text instructions written out, and then she also has really helpful picture diagrams, like pictures of the steps, so that you can really see. So if the instructions in the wording of it kind of doesn't make sense, you're not sure exactly how you should do it, just take a look at the diagram or the images that she includes and it clears it right up for you. Then the mouth, I'll show you here. I did that by hand as well with some embroidery stitches. And then on your machine, the only other stitches that you use are the straight stitch for most of the construction and a zigzag stitch right around here for the hairline, okay? Now this little guy has a lot of curves and things, so around the curves I did most of the stitching, but my son did help me put him together in stitching some of the straight lines. So on the arms, these straight seams here my son sewed, these one here, and he really had a good time putting this little guy together. Of course I tried to involve him in every step of the process, and it's a lot of fun. Even though this is a fun project for you to put together to give to your kids, it's also a lot of fun to incorporate the kids in the process. Most kids that are small probably don't sew, but they don't have to sew in order to help you make this guy. They can help with the stuffing, they can help you select out which eyes, or if you're using buttons, which buttons to use for the eyes. You can change up and have your child choose what fabrics and what colors they want the top to be, the pants, the shoes, and really involve them in the process of making their own doll. And then if the child is older, feel free to have them help you out with the actual sewing and stitching parts of it, okay? So overall, we really had a good time putting this little guide together, and we're definitely going to be making some more. So a big thanks to Abby for offering up a 15% discount code for all my fans. Make sure you click the link in the description box below. Head over, check out her patterns, and see which ones you want. Remember that the discount code runs out next week, okay? So make sure that you take advantage of the discount code. And that's it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit it with the thumbs up below, share it across the different social media sites, and don't forget to click that subscribe button so you won't miss out on any of my future video tutorials. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.